Why do some people never seem to age? The secret to staying young and slowing aging. Let me begin with a question that might sound simple, but it's one I've carried with me for decades. Why do some people age gracefully, while others seem to deteriorate far too quickly? Over my 20+ years researching aging, mental health, and the secrets of longevity, I've met many remarkable seniors, men and women in their 80s, even 90s, who radiate peace, clarity, and surprisingly youthful energy. They aren't necessarily wealthy. They don't follow trendy anti-aging fads. Most of them never even talk about staying young. But they all have something in common: they meditate. Yes, meditation, that simple act of sitting still, breathing deeply, and tuning into the present moment, turns out to be one of the most powerful tools we have for both mental well-being and physical vitality. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Meditation? Isn't that just for monks, yoga teachers, or people with too much free time? I thought the same once. But science, and experience, changed my mind. Today, I want to take you on a journey that goes far beyond the cliches. We'll explore how meditation, backed by modern neuroscience and ancient wisdom, may hold the key to slowing down the clock, not just metaphorically, but biologically. We'll talk about how meditation affects the aging brain, how it combats stress, a silent killer of youth, how it can reshape your emotional responses, reduce inflammation, improve memory, even protect your chromosomes. Yes, you heard that right, your chromosomes. But more importantly, I want to show you that you don't need to be a guru to meditate. Anyone can start. Even 5 minutes a day can create measurable changes in your brain and your outlook on life. I remember visiting a small town in southern Japan years ago. There, I met a 94-year-old woman named Iko. She lived alone, tended a small garden, and smiled more than anyone I'd ever met. She wasn't wealthy. She didn't take any fancy supplements. But she had been meditating every morning for 30 years. I don't meditate to be young, she told me with a soft laugh. I meditate to be peaceful. Staying young is just a side effect. That moment stuck with me. Because what she said was something science is now proving to be true: peace of mind slows the aging process. And meditation is a gateway to that peace. In this episode, we'll unpack what meditation really is, and isn't. How it literally rewires the brain to age slower. The link between meditation and stress hormones like cortisol. How meditation boosts longevity at a cellular level. Real stories of older adults who've transformed their health through daily mindfulness. And finally, how you can begin today, even if you're 65, 75, or 85. Whether you're a senior looking for ways to stay sharp and centered, or a caregiver seeking better tools for loved ones, or just someone curious about the power of the mind-body connection, this episode is for you. And don't worry, we won't get too mystical. This is grounded, practical, evidence-based knowledge, mixed with real-world stories and, hopefully, a little inspiration. So, take a deep breath. Settle in. Let's explore the gentle power of meditation, not just as a spiritual practice, but as a science-backed secret to living longer, healthier, and yes, maybe even happier. If we're going to talk seriously about how meditation can help us stay young and mentally resilient, we first need to clear something up. What exactly is meditation? For many people, the word meditation still conjures up images of monks in orange robes, chanting on mountaintops, or yoga influencers sitting cross-legged on the beach with their eyes closed and hands turned upward. Beautiful imagery, no doubt, but it can feel alien or inaccessible, especially for older adults who might not relate to that aesthetic. But let me tell you something as a researcher who has studied both neuroscience and Eastern traditions. Meditation is not about emptying your mind. It's about training it. Think of it like this: just as you do physical exercise to keep your muscles strong and joints flexible, meditation is mental exercise, a workout for the brain and nervous system. 3 core types of meditation. Over the years, scientists and psychologists have identified various categories of meditation, but the 3 most common and practical for mental health and aging are: 1. Mindfulness meditation, also called open monitoring. Originating from Buddhist traditions, this involves observing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. It's about awareness, simply noticing what is happening in your body and mind right now. Example, sitting quietly, paying attention to your breath, and when your mind wanders, which it will, gently bringing it back. 2. Focused attention meditation. In this form, you concentrate on a single object, sound, word, or sensation, often the breath. It helps build attention span, reduce mental chatter, and sharpen cognitive control. Example, repeating a mantra like peace or focusing on a candle flame. 3. Loving kindness meditation. This style cultivates compassion and emotional resilience. You silently repeat phrases like "may I be happy," "may others be safe," and gradually expand that goodwill outward. Research shows it improves emotional regulation and reduces social isolation, especially powerful for seniors. The spiritual roots, a universal practice. Meditation isn't owned by any one culture or religion. While its roots run deep in Buddhism, Hinduism, and Taoism, you'll find contemplative practices in almost every tradition. Christianity has centering prayer, a form of silent meditation focused on divine presence. Judaism offers hitbadi-dut, talking privately to God in solitude. Islamic Sufism encourages dhikr, remembrance of God through breath and repetition. At its core, meditation is about presence. It's the art of being fully here, now, rather than getting caught in the regrets of yesterday or fears of tomorrow. You don't need to believe in any spiritual doctrine to benefit from meditation. The science stands on its own. But if you do have a spiritual background, meditation can deepen your connection to it. It's not either/or, it can be both. What happens in the brain when you meditate? Now here's where things get really exciting from a scientific perspective. Neuroscientists have spent the last 2 decades peering into the meditating brain using MRI and EEG technology. And what they've found is nothing short of revolutionary. When you meditate regularly, the prefrontal cortex becomes more active and thicker. This is the area of the brain responsible for decision-making, emotional regulation, and self-awareness. It tends to shrink as we age, but meditation can reverse that trend. The amygdala shrinks. That's the part of the brain associated with fear and stress responses. Smaller amygdala equals lower anxiety. Connectivity between brain regions improves. Think of it like upgrading the brain's Wi-Fi. You can process thoughts more clearly and switch tasks more easily. And here's something truly remarkable. Meditation has been shown to increase the activity of an enzyme called telomerase, which helps protect the ends of our chromosomes, the telomeres, from fraying. Why is this important? Because shortened telomeres are one of the key biological markers of aging. Meditation may not just slow down your mind, it may literally slow down your cell's aging process. So, what is meditation, really? To summarize, meditation is not about doing nothing. It's active mental training. It can be spiritual, or not. The benefits apply either way. You don't have to sit cross-legged. You can meditate in a chair, while walking, even while washing dishes. It's not a quick fix, but the benefits compound over time, much like interest in a savings account. Whether you practice for 5 minutes or 50, what matters is consistency. That's where the magic happens. In our next segment, we'll dive deep into the biological mechanisms behind how meditation combats aging. We'll look at how stress accelerates the aging process, and how meditation acts as a powerful shield against it. So stay with me. We're just getting started. Let's take a deeper look under the hood, shall we? Until just a few decades ago, the connection between mental states and physical aging was largely philosophical. But today, science has caught up, and it's confirming what ancient meditators have known for centuries: a calm mind can literally preserve the body. This is not metaphor. This is measurable, repeatable, biological. So, what's really going on inside the body of someone who meditates regularly? Cortisol and the stress-aging connection. First, let's talk about one of the most powerful, and most destructive, chemicals in your body, cortisol, commonly known as the stress hormone. Now, cortisol isn't bad in itself. We need it in short bursts. It helps us stay alert in emergencies, fight off infections, and keep our energy levels balanced. But when stress becomes chronic, which is sadly common among older adults facing health issues, loneliness, or financial anxiety, cortisol stays elevated for too long. The consequences? Increased blood pressure, weakened immune response, higher risk of heart disease and diabetes, sleep disturbances, and yes, faster aging of the brain and body. But here's the good news: meditation significantly reduces cortisol levels. A study published in Psychoneuroendocrinology found that participants who meditated daily for just 8 weeks showed dramatic reductions in cortisol, compared to those who didn't. It's like turning off a faucet that's been dripping stress into your bloodstream for years. Telomeres and telomerase, the aging clock at a cellular level. Now let's zoom in even further, down to your DNA. At the ends of each of your chromosomes, there are little protective caps called telomeres. Think of them like the plastic tips on shoelaces. Their job is to keep your genetic material from fraying or deteriorating every time your cells divide. Here's the catch: every time your cells replicate, your telomeres get shorter. Eventually, they become too short to protect your DNA, and that's when cells stop functioning properly, or die. This shortening is one of the primary biological markers of aging. But guess what scientists discovered? People who meditate regularly have longer telomeres. Even more fascinating, they also have higher levels of telomerase, the enzyme that protects and rebuilds those telomeres. A landmark study by Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, a Nobel Prize-winning biologist, found that people who participated in a meditation-based lifestyle intervention had significantly higher telomerase activity than those who didn't. That's the real cellular proof that meditation is a tool against biological aging. The brain doesn't have to shrink with age. Another myth that meditation shatters: the idea that mental decline is inevitable with age. It's true that the human brain tends to shrink slightly as we get older, especially in the hippocampus, linked to memory and emotion, and prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making, focus, and emotional regulation. But here's the kicker: meditation slows, and in some cases reverses, this shrinkage. A groundbreaking MRI study at Harvard University showed that people who meditated for just 30 minutes a day over 8 weeks actually had increased gray matter density in the hippocampus and other brain areas tied to self-awareness and compassion. The lead author, Dr. Sarah Lazar, put it beautifully. It didn't matter how old the participants were. The brain responds to meditation at any age. That means it's never too late to start protecting your mind from cognitive decline. Meditation reduces inflammation, a key driver of age-related disease. We often think of inflammation as something that happens when you injure a knee or catch a cold. But there's a more dangerous kind, chronic, low-grade inflammation, that simmers quietly in the body for years. And it's been strongly linked to age-related illnesses like Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease, arthritis, certain cancers. Chronic stress, poor sleep, and emotional dysregulation all contribute to this kind of inflammation, and guess what helps reduce it? You already know the answer: meditation. Several studies have shown that mindfulness meditation reduces levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a common marker of inflammation in the blood. It also balances pro-inflammatory cytokines, helping the immune system calm down instead of attacking the body from within. Better sleep equals better aging. Let's not forget one of the most underappreciated factors in aging: sleep quality. Poor sleep accelerates aging in both the brain and body. It impairs memory, slows metabolism, and weakens your immune defenses. Fortunately, meditation, especially body scan and mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, techniques, has been shown to improve sleep onset, depth, and duration. For older adults struggling with insomnia or nighttime anxiety, even 10 to 15 minutes of mindfulness before bed can make a dramatic difference. The compound effect: daily practice, lifelong benefit. Here's what makes meditation such a powerful anti-aging tool: its benefits are cumulative. The more you do it, the more your body adapts. Day by day, your stress response diminishes. Week by week, your sleep deepens. Month by month, your brain literally reshapes itself. Year by year, you build resilience that adds life to your years, and years to your life. I've interviewed dozens of seniors who began meditating in their 60s, 70s, even 80s. Most of them didn't notice huge changes in the first week or two. But they stuck with it. And over time, they found themselves feeling calmer, thinking more clearly, and yes, even looking younger. One man, 76 years old, told me, "I used to feel like my mind was a washing machine stuck on spin cycle. Meditation turned it off. And suddenly, I had space to breathe and live." In our next segment, I'll introduce you to one of my favorite real-life stories, a 94-year-old woman from Kyoto who transformed her entire post-retirement life through the simple habit of daily meditation. Her story, I promise you, will warm your heart, and maybe even inspire you to begin your own journey. Ready to meet her? Let me take you back to a quiet village just outside of Kyoto, Japan, nestled between the mountains and the sea. It was here, in a small wooden house with sliding paper doors and a bamboo garden, that I met Aiko Tanaka, a woman who forever changed how I think about aging. She was 94 years old when I met her, bright eyes, smooth skin, and a posture straighter than most 40-year-olds I know. She had no caretaker, no modern technology, and no interest in anti-aging creams or supplements. She didn't own a microwave, and her phone had a rotary dial. But she meditated every single day. Twice a day. Once in the early morning, and once before bed. The morning ritual. When I arrived at her home for our interview, it was just after sunrise. The garden was soaked in golden light, the air was crisp, and the only sound was the distant chime of a temple bell. Aiko was already seated on a small wooden stool in the garden, eyes closed, hands resting gently on her knees, breathing in sync with the breeze. There was nothing dramatic about her posture. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She was simply still. After 20 minutes, she opened her eyes, looked at me, and smiled warmly. "I meditate to greet the day," she said softly. It helps my mind wake up before my body does. We sat and talked over green tea. Her voice was calm, and her memory was astonishing. She recounted stories from 70 years ago with perfect clarity, names, places, emotions, as though they'd happened last week. I later learned she had never been diagnosed with any neurodegenerative disease. No dementia. No cognitive decline. Her last physical exam? Excellent health for her age, the doctor said. Why she started? Curious, I asked her when and why she started meditating. After my husband died, she said. I was 62. The sadness was too much. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, and I was angry at everything. A neighbor invited me to a community meditation class. At first, I thought it was silly. But I was desperate. She began meditating just 10 minutes a day. At first, she cried a lot during those sessions. Her grief surfaced, but it didn't scare her anymore. Over time, something shifted. She began sleeping better. She smiled more. She began tending to her garden again. Meditation didn't take away the pain, she said. But it made space for joy again. That line stuck with me. Because this is what the science often misses, meditation isn't about erasing life's struggles. It's about transforming our relationship with them. The evidence in her life. What Aiko experienced isn't unique, but the clarity and consistency of her practice made her a perfect case study. Over time, I observed her carefully. She moved with fluidity, getting up and down from the floor without support. She had sharp mental recall and emotional steadiness. She rarely got sick, only a mild cold once in the past 5 years. Her resting heart rate was low, and her blood pressure was in a healthy range. She had no formal education in science. She didn't know what cortisol or telomeres were. But her life was a living laboratory of longevity. Evening meditation, letting go of the day. At night, just before sleep, she'd sit again, this time facing a small altar with a candle and photo of her late husband. I thank the day for everything, the good, the bad, the boring. Then I breathe until I feel empty, she explained. That way, I don't carry the day into my dreams. There's actually a powerful scientific insight in that habit. Letting go of the day's stress before bed helps lower nighttime cortisol levels, improve sleep quality, and reduce inflammation. For Aiko, it wasn't about extending her life. It was about living fully in every moment she had left. The irony? That mindset might be the very reason she's still going strong at 94. What we can learn from her. Here's the takeaway I want you to remember from Aiko's story, and it's something I often tell my students and clients. Longevity isn't just about what you do. It's about how you live. You don't need to move to a Japanese mountain village or wake up at sunrise. But you can take a page from Aiko's book. Start small. Even 5 minutes of quiet breathing can begin to shift your physiology. Be consistent. The benefits of meditation compound like interest. Use meditation to connect, not escape. Let it help you process grief, face anxiety, and build peace from the inside out. Make it yours. Sit on a chair, lie down, light a candle, or walk in silence. There's no perfect form. Just practice. Aiko's story reminds us that aging doesn't have to be about decline. With the right mindset and a few daily rituals, it can be a time of growth, clarity, and surprising vitality. In the next segment, we'll shift from story to action. I'll walk you through a simple daily meditation routine for beginners, specifically designed for seniors. It'll include step-by-step instructions, tips for physical comfort, and suggestions for adapting the practice to different needs. You don't need to wait for perfect silence or perfect health to begin. You just need to begin. Are you ready to try it? So far, we've talked about the science of meditation. We've explored how it changes the brain, calms stress, slows aging, and even helps prevent disease. We've listened to the inspiring story of a 94-year-old woman whose life is living proof of its power. But now, the question becomes, how do you begin? Let me say this right away, you don't have to sit cross-legged. You don't have to chant in Sanskrit. You don't need silence or incense or a Himalayan retreat. What you need is just a few minutes, a comfortable space, and a willingness to be with yourself. That's it. So here it is, a simple, flexible, and powerful meditation routine tailored specifically for older adults. Step 1. Find a comfortable position, seated or reclined. You don't need to sit on the floor unless that feels comfortable for you. For most seniors, I recommend one of the following. Sit in a firm chair with back support and your feet flat on the ground. Sit upright on a couch or cushion, using pillows to support your lower back. Lie down on your bed or a yoga mat if sitting is difficult. Just avoid sleeping. Tip: keep your spine tall but relaxed. Imagine your head is gently floating upward while your shoulders drop away from your ears. This posture helps keep you alert but relaxed, the sweet spot for meditation. Step 2. Begin with 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. If not, simply lower your gaze. Now take 3 slow, deep breaths, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Let your shoulders relax as you exhale. Feel your body settle into the chair or bed. You're not doing anything right now. You're just arriving. Step 3. Focus on the breath, 5 to 10 minutes. Now bring your attention to the natural rhythm of your breathing. No need to change it, just notice it. Feel the air entering through your nose, filling your lungs, and gently leaving your body. If your mind wanders, and it will, just notice where it went, and then gently bring it back to your breath. No judgment. You can even say in your mind, inhale, exhale. Or, breathing in, breathing out. This is the heart of meditation, not stopping your thoughts, but noticing them without getting swept away. Step 4. Add a gentle body scan, optional, 5 minutes. Once you're settled into the rhythm of your breath, you can begin a body scan. Start by bringing your awareness to the top of your head, and then slowly move it down, noticing each part of your body. Your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, your shoulders, your arms, hands, fingers, your chest, belly, your hips, thighs, knees, down to your toes. As you notice each part, try to relax it, even just a little. If you find tension or discomfort, don't fight it. Just breathe into it, like you're sending kindness there. This practice helps you reconnect with your body, especially if you've been living with chronic pain, stiffness, or illness. Step 5. Add a word or phrase, optional, mantra or intention. This is totally optional, but very effective for seniors who struggle with anxious thoughts. You can silently repeat a calming phrase with each breath, such as, I am safe. I am calm. Let go, be here. Peace in, peace out. I am enough, this moment is enough. This technique is called mantra meditation, and it helps anchor your attention when your thoughts feel scattered. Step 6. How long should you meditate? Start small. Even 5 minutes a day can have real benefits. Over time, you might find that 10 or 15 minutes feels easy, even enjoyable. Some seniors I've worked with go up to 20 or 30 minutes a day, but the real key is consistency, not duration. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't skip it just because it's short, you do it because the habit keeps you healthy. When's the best time to meditate? Anytime that works for you is perfect. But here are 3 popular options. Morning helps set a calm tone for the day. Afternoon can refresh your energy and reduce brain fog. Before bed promotes better sleep and releases mental clutter. You can even break it up into 2 short sessions, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. Use guided meditation, highly recommended for beginners. If sitting in silence feels overwhelming at first, don't worry. Many older adults benefit from guided meditations. You can find thousands of free options on apps like Insight Timer, Calm, Headspace, YouTube. Search Senior Meditation or Guided Mindfulness for older adults. Look for ones labeled gentle, seated, or beginner-friendly. Bonus tip: many seniors enjoy pairing meditation with soothing music, nature sounds, or ambient tones like Tibetan singing bowls. Step 7. Close gently with gratitude. When you're ready to end your practice, don't rush. Take a few deeper breaths, and bring your awareness back to your surroundings. Gently open your eyes, or lift your gaze, and notice how you feel. Even if nothing dramatic happened, notice if you feel even 5% calmer or more centered. Before you move, try whispering a short gratitude phrase, like, "Thank you for this breath. Thank you, body. Thank you for this quiet moment." This helps seal the session and gives your brain a positive emotional association with meditation, which makes it easier to return next time. Final words of encouragement. Meditation isn't a magic pill. You won't float off the ground or stop aging overnight. But what it can do, slowly, quietly, consistently, is transform the quality of your days. You may still have challenges, aches, and hard moments. But meditation gives you a calm space inside, a place you can return to no matter what's happening outside. You don't need to be a monk. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. So, we've talked about the what, the why, and the how of meditation. We've explored the science, the real-life inspiration, and even practiced a beginner routine together. But now it's time to zoom out and see the bigger picture. Because while meditation is incredibly powerful, it's even more effective when combined with other healthy habits. Think of your mind and body like a garden. Meditation is the sunlight that helps everything grow. But you still need the water, the soil, and the nutrients, and that's where lifestyle comes in. Let's walk through the 4 essential pillars of healthy aging, and how meditation complements each one. 1. Nutrition, feeding the body, supporting the mind. You are, quite literally, what you eat. As we age, the brain becomes more vulnerable to inflammation, oxidative stress, and nutrient deficiencies. Meditation helps lower inflammation and reduce stress hormones, but if your body is running on ultra-processed food, you're swimming upstream. Here's how it connects. Mindful eating is a form of meditation. Slowing down, chewing thoroughly, and savoring each bite helps regulate appetite, improve digestion, and prevent overeating. Seniors who practice meditation often make better food choices, not because of willpower, but because they are more tuned into what their body needs. Meditation can help reduce emotional eating, which is a common issue among older adults dealing with loneliness, anxiety, or chronic pain. Simple tips. Eat more colorful fruits and veggies. Antioxidants support brain health. Include healthy fats like nuts, olive oil. Stay hydrated. Even mild dehydration can impair focus and mood. Try a mindful meal, one meal a day without TV, phone, or distractions, just you and your food. 2. Movement, the best friend of meditation. You've probably heard the saying, sitting is the new smoking. But here's the twist, meditation is about intentional stillness, not chronic inactivity. In fact, meditation and movement are perfect partners. Meditation trains the mind to be present, movement trains the body to stay strong and mobile. Here's how they reinforce each other. Regular movement amplifies the benefits of meditation by improving circulation, reducing stress, and boosting endorphins. Meditation helps you become more in tune with your body, making injury less likely and recovery more effective. Practices like Tai Chi, Qigong, and walking meditation blend movement and mindfulness beautifully. For seniors, this combo is golden. 15 to 30 minutes of gentle exercise a day, walking, stretching, dancing. 5 to 10 minutes of meditation, before or after. Try meditative movement, breathe deeply while lifting your arms, feel each step while walking, or scan your body after a stretch. You don't have to work out, just move with intention. 3. Social connection, the invisible medicine. Loneliness has been called the new epidemic among older adults. In fact, chronic loneliness is as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises your risk for heart disease, depression, dementia, and yes, premature death. Meditation can't replace social connection, but it can enhance it. It helps you become more present in conversations. It reduces reactive behavior, so you're less likely to argue or withdraw. It increases empathy, patience, and emotional regulation, making relationships easier to navigate. And here's something beautiful. Many seniors discover that meditation helps them forgive old hurts, reopen closed relationships, or even reconnect with themselves after years of caregiving or loss. Tips to build social health. Join a local senior group or meditation class. Host a tea and talk hour, a calm, no drama space to just chat and connect. Volunteer, even 1 hour a week, helping others lifts both sides of the bridge. Try compassion meditation, silently sending good wishes to friends, family, and even strangers. The older we get, the more we realize, connection is medicine. And meditation helps keep that medicine flowing. 4. Purpose, the soul of healthy aging. Here's the truth we don't talk about enough. Many older adults feel invisible. Like their purpose has expired. After retirement, or after the kids are grown, or after losing a spouse, that sense of direction can fade. But meditation opens a new path, not outward, but inward. When you sit quietly with yourself each day, you start to hear a deeper voice. The one that says, "You still matter. You still have gifts to give. You're not done yet." Studies show that seniors who have a sense of purpose, even something as simple as caring for a pet, mentoring a younger neighbor, or learning something new, have longer lifespans, better immune function, and lower risk of depression. Meditation doesn't give you purpose, but it clears the fog so you can find it. You may realize you want to start painting again. You want to write letters to your grandchildren. You want to tell your life story, even if just to yourself. And that quiet realization, that's the beginning of legacy. Final reflection, a longevity lifestyle, one breath at a time. Meditation, when integrated with good food, joyful movement, social connection, and a renewed sense of purpose, becomes more than a stress reduction tool. It becomes a lifestyle of vitality. Let's remember. Meditation strengthens your brain. Movement protects your body. Nourishment fuels your cells. Connection feeds your heart, Purpose lights up your soul. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just choose one small shift. Start with one breath, one walk, one phone call, one act of kindness to yourself or someone else. Aging isn't a sentence. It's a season, and you get to shape how it feels. So, to my dear listeners, wherever you are, however old you are, may you breathe with ease, move with grace, eat with awareness, love with an open heart, and age with purpose. Your best years might not be behind you. They might be starting, right now,